Welcome to Tech Training, Cricut 101. My name is Amanda Bould-Chafin. I work at the Lane Community Technology Center in downtown Hamilton, Ohio. Here, we offer patrons the ability to use our Cricut Maker and our Cricut Maker 3, along with accessories like our heat presses, mug press, weeding tools, and more. Patrons can design and prepare their Cricut projects in our Creator Space. Our Creator Space is available to patrons who are actively working on a project. That might mean using one of our computers to perfect your design in the Cricut Design Space. It might mean using the heat press to infuse your design into a t-shirt. It might mean actually cutting your design. To ensure time to clean and maintain the space, the Creator Space closes 30 minutes before we lock the doors each night. So please plan your time accordingly. We do not allow patrons to begin new cuts after the 30-minute mark. If you are entirely new to using the Cricut, the best way to start is with a one-on-one appointment. If you live near Hamilton, Ohio and would like to reserve an appointment, give us a call at 513-785-2727. Our business hours are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays and 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. We are closed on Sundays. When you call, one of our friendly staff members will help you find a block of time and then walk you through the process. Most appointments include about a half hour of assistance, followed by additional time for you to work independently. The staff member may ask you some questions about your project, your timeline, and the colors or types of materials that you plan to use. Then we will set aside time and a staff member to assist you. It is important to remember that staff are there to teach. They are there to guide and assist, but they are not professional graphic designers or industrial machine operators. Ultimately, this is your project, so you will be the one in control. People who are new to the Cricut should start with a very simple project so that they can learn the basics before attempting anything too advanced. Should you buy your materials first and then design your project with those materials in mind? Or should you design your project and then buy the appropriate materials? This is a bit of a chicken or the egg conundrum. Either way is useful. For beginners, I recommend arriving with a basic idea of what you want to design and only one color or material type. I think having the material on hand helps you to visualize the finished piece while you're designing. So bring your material with you while you're learning. Later, when you've developed some expertise, you can try designing first and then buying the material afterwards. The Cricut is fundamentally a precision cutting machine. It is not a printer. That means that the colors of your design are determined more by the material that you place under the blade than by anything that you design in the app. If you color something yellow in the app, but put some red vinyl into the Cricut, you're going to get a red vinyl project. You can buy Cricut materials either online, at the Cricut store or Amazon perhaps, or in person at a craft store like Michael's. Patrons are expected to supply their own material. While we have a few scraps available for teaching purposes, there is no way that we could possibly stock the nearly infinite variety of materials and colors that patrons might want. Always bring an extra roll of material. You might make a mistake somewhere along the way, especially if you're new, and it is much more convenient to fix the mistake and recut on the spot than to go buy more material and reschedule your Cricut time for a later date. If you're new to using the Cricut, we recommend Cricut branded materials. The machine is designed to work with Cricut's own materials. When cutting, the Cricut app will ask users to choose a specific branded material type from a list that only includes Cricut branded options. Cut settings are selected according to this material type and are not very customizable. More experienced users may be able to swap out Cricut branded material for an off-brand material, but it may take some trial and error, which will cost you time and material. You should wait and only try this more advanced technique after you get comfortable with the Cricut branded materials. You're still learning, so make sure you give yourself enough of the proper material and enough time to help things go smoothly. Your home printer may support a function called Print Then Cut, which allows you to print onto a specific type of Cricut branded adhesive material and then cut it with the machine. We lease our printers from a third party, and in keeping with the terms of that lease agreement, we are not permitted to use the Print Then Cut material in our printers. So, at the Tech Center, you can only cut. You cannot print then cut. Most Cricut material will need to be affixed to an adhesive mat in order to go through the cutter. Our largest mat is 12 by 24 inches. We also have some 12 by 12 inch mats. The Maker 3 is compatible with a special type of Cricut material called Smart Vinyl. This type of vinyl does not have to be affixed to a mat. Some rolls of Smart Vinyl stretch all the way up to 12 feet in length. The Cricut does not cut right to the edge of the material. It imposes a margin around the edges. These margins vary depending on the type of material or the type of Cricut you're using, but it is a good rule of thumb to maintain a margin of 1/2 inch on all sides. This means that the maximum dimensions for your project are actually 11.5 inches by 11.5 inches on a 12 by 12 mat, 11.5 inches by 23.5 inches on a 12 by 24 mat, 11.5 inches by 1/2 inch less than the length of your roll when using Smart Vinyl. Please keep in mind that any project that is larger than these dimensions will need to be broken up into smaller sections. If you're enjoying this video and you want more like it, don't forget to like and subscribe, or even leave a comment. I try to answer all questions in a timely manner. You can also give us a shout out on Facebook. It helps us spread the word about all the cool resources and services we offer. For designing and cutting, Cricut supplies its own app called cricutdesignspace. You can download it at design.cricut.com. The app is free to use and to set up an account, but there are a lot of optional in-app purchases. Patrons will want to create their own Cricut account. Make sure to remember your username and password, and make sure that you have access to your email and phone. The Cricut Design Space app offers many templates and assets to help you design your project. Designing is a matter of choosing and layering assets and customizing text. Today, I'm going to make a temporary window cling as an example project. To get started, click New Project. I know I want to upload my library's logo, so I'll start with that. Click Upload, and then Upload Image, and Browse, and then locate the image you want to import into the Cricut Design Space. Choose Simple, Moderate, or Complex, and then click Continue. My logo is simple. The next step allows you to erase the background. If necessary, click on the Magic Wand tool and then click on any background areas that you want to erase. My logo doesn't have any background areas. If needed, you can click More Options and adjust the color tolerance. This can help to eliminate unsightly shaded areas. Once you are ready, click Apply and Continue. Click Cut Image and then click Upload. Remember that you cannot print then cut at the text center. Click your image and then click Add to Canvas. I'm going to make a large window cling, 11.5 by 11.5 inches, which is the maximum space that I can fit on one standard sized mat. Usually you want to cut a little smaller than this so that there's some tolerance or wiggle room when positioning in the Cricut Design Space. If I wanted to make a larger design, I would need to cut the design into halves or quarters, put them on separate mats, and then reassemble them later. If you're just learning, choose a simpler, smaller project for your first few designs. The first thing I want to do is create an outline. Our logo has a circle around it, so I'll go ahead and create a circular outline. Click Shapes and then click the circle. Now change the width and height to 11.5 inches. Click Ctrl D or Command D to duplicate the circle. Resize this new circle to 11 inches. Hold down Shift and then select both circles. Then click Align and Center. With both circles still selected, click Slice. Click your center circle and then press the Delete key. Do this twice in a row. First, to delete the smaller circle, and second, to delete the slice you just took out of the larger circle. Click on the logo and resize the width down to 10 inches. Hold down Shift and select both the circle and the logo. Now select Align and then Center. Select both pieces of the design and then click Combine and Weld. If you don't weld these two pieces, the Cricut will not cut them out together, but as two separate pieces, meaning that you will have to match them up by hand. Save yourself the headache and click Weld now. Attach works similarly, but don't use Group. Group only works on the canvas and not on the mat. I usually recommend starting with Weld. The current project will need to be applied very carefully. Because the logo is not touching the borders, the Cricut will cut out many pieces, the circle and each letter and symbol. An alternative way to make a window cling is to use negative space for the logo. You can cut the logo out of the circle. To do this, create an 11.5 by 11.5 inch circle. Click on your circle and then click Arrange and Send to Back. Click Upload. Select your previously uploaded logo and then click Add to Canvas. Resize your logo to a width of 10 inches. Holding down Shift, click on your logo and on your circle. Click Align and then Center. Click Slice. Click on your logo and press Delete 2 times. Once to delete the logo and once to actually delete the logo from your circle. In this window cling, you'll read the logo as negative space inside a frosted circle. Before you start to cut, gather all of the necessary supplies: a standard grip mat, a scraper, Cricut weeding tools, a roller cutter, and window cling material. Also, make sure that the window or mirror that you want to decorate is clean and dry. Now it's time to cut. I have a 12 by 24 sized standard grip mat, so I'm going to apply a 12 by 24 sized sheet of window cling to the mat, transfer tape side down. Use a scraper tool to smooth out any bubbles. Click Make It. Choose your mat size, in my case 12 by 24. Decide whether or not you want to mirror your image. For frosted window clings, I found during my testing that the backing sticks better than the front. The sparkling textured frosting doesn't really stick at all. Because I plan to stick my cling on an inside window facing outward, and I want the sticky side clinging to the window, I will want to mirror my design. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to do a small scale test first. That way, you don't waste material. When you're ready to cut, make sure that the correct tool is loaded into the Cricut. This project requires a fine point blade. Next, click Continue. Select your material. For this project, I'm using Cricut Window Cling. Press the Load and Unload button on the machine. Press the glowing Cricut button to begin your cut. Press the Load and Unload button to eject your mat. Once your material has been cut, it's time to weed. Weeding is the process of removing unwanted material. Leaving the design on the mat, use your fingers or Cricut weeding tools to peel away any excess window cling material. Place your project face down on a table and carefully peel your mat away from your transfer backing. Keep your design on your backing for now. Cut apart the two designs. Apply transfer paper to your design and then peel your design onto the transfer paper. Press your design against the desired area and smooth it out with a scraper from the center outward. Then slowly peel away the transfer paper. Manually adjust pieces as necessary and smooth the pieces down with a scraper or your finger. Your design is finished. Notice the difference between the two styles of window cling. One utilizes positive space and the other relies on negative space. I was unable to make the narrow circular boundary really stay on in a smooth circle, so I removed it. I definitely think the negative space style was the easiest to apply and ended up looking the best. If you are located near Cincinnati or Hamilton, Ohio, and you'd like to learn more about how to design, cut, and finish a project of your own, or you would like to attend any of our in-person tech classes, give us a call at 513-785-2727 or email us at techcenter@lanepl.org. For hours and location information, check out our website at lanepl.org.